Officer Maria Rodriguez walked alongside Rex, her 4-year-old German Shepherd, through the bustling corridors of the Central City Police Station. The morning had started like any other: routine patrol, morning briefing, and the usual administrative tasks that came with being part of the K-9 unit. Rex, a highly trained explosive detection dog, trotted beside her with the calm confidence of a seasoned professional. Rex wasn't just any police dog. He had been specially selected and rigorously trained, spending years learning to detect the most minute traces of explosive materials. His keen senses and unwavering focus had earned him a reputation as one of the most reliable dogs in the department. Maria trusted him implicitly, knowing that his instincts had saved countless lives during his service. As they approached the main entrance of the station, Rex suddenly stopped. His posture changed instantaneously, ears pricked forward, body rigid, nostrils flaring. Maria knew that stance. It was Rex's alert position, the one he used when something was seriously wrong. "What is it, boy?" she asked quietly, her hand instinctively moving closer to her holster. Rex began to whimper, a low, urgent sound that Maria had never heard him make before. He started pawing at the floor near the entrance, his eyes locked on a specific spot. Most people would have dismissed it as strange dog behavior, but Maria knew better. Rex had never false alarmed in his entire career. The station was particularly busy that morning. Dozens of officers, administrative staff, civilians filing reports, and visitors were moving in and out of the building. The morning rush meant the entrance was crowded, with people barely paying attention to the large German Shepherd now blocking the doorway. Maria radioed her supervisor, Sergeant Thompson. "Sir, Rex is signaling something unusual at the main entrance. I think we might have a potential explosive threat." Initially skeptical, Thompson approached. He knew Rex's reputation but also understood the potential panic such a claim could cause. "Are you sure, Rodriguez?" Before she could answer, Rex let out a sharp, piercing bark, something he was trained never to do unless absolutely necessary. His entire body was now trembling with an intensity that Maria had never witnessed before. Sergeant Thompson's demeanor changed instantly. Years of experience told him that Rex was no ordinary dog, and his warning wasn't to be taken lightly. "Evacuate the area," he commanded into his radio. "Potential explosive device at the main entrance. I repeat, immediate evacuation protocol." The next few moments would be crucial. Rex continued to mark the exact location, his body a living, breathing detection system that had just potentially saved dozens, if not hundreds, of lives. Little did anyone know that beneath the polished floor tiles, carefully concealed and waiting to be triggered, was a sophisticated explosive device that could have turned the peaceful morning into a catastrophic tragedy. The station erupted into controlled chaos. Bomb disposal experts in heavy protective gear quickly converged on the location Rex had identified. Special Agent David Chin, the lead explosive ordnance disposal (EOD) technician, approached the scene with a mixture of professional calm and underlying tension. "Clear the entire building," Chin commanded, his voice steady but urgent. "No exceptions." Hundreds of people were streaming out of the building, their faces a mix of confusion and growing fear. Maria remained close to Rex, who continued to sit rigidly near the exact spot he had first alerted. The dog's eyes never wavered, locked onto the floor where the potential threat lurked. Specialized equipment was brought in: ground-penetrating radar, thermal imaging cameras, and sophisticated explosive detection tools. Each scan confirmed what Rex had known instantly: something was very wrong. The device was complex, carefully hidden between the floor tiles and the building's foundational structure. "This isn't amateur work," Chin muttered to Maria, examining the preliminary scans. "This is a professional-grade explosive device, designed to cause maximum damage." Forensic teams began piecing together the puzzle. Traffic camera footage was being reviewed, security logs examined, and background checks initiated on everyone who had entered the station in the past 48 hours. The investigation moved at lightning speed, with Rex sitting as the key witness to what could have been a devastating attack. Maria remembered how Rex had come to the force. He was a rescue dog, found abandoned as a puppy, who had shown extraordinary potential during training. His previous handler had been killed in a line-of-duty incident 2 years ago, an event that seemed to have heightened Rex's protective instincts. As hours passed, the bomb disposal team worked meticulously. Each movement was calculated, each decision weighed carefully. The device was intricate: multiple triggering mechanisms, sophisticated timing systems, and enough explosive power to potentially destroy an entire city block. Sergeant Thompson briefed the media, careful not to reveal too many details. "Thanks to our K9 unit, a potential threat has been neutralized," he stated, deliberately keeping Rex's crucial role somewhat vague to prevent compromising the ongoing investigation. Inside the command center, Agent Chin turned to Maria. "Your dog just saved hundreds of lives," he said quietly. "This could have been catastrophic." Rex seemed oblivious to the praise, still focused and alert. His entire demeanor suggested he was still on duty, still protecting those around him. For Rex, this wasn't about heroism, it was simply doing his job. As the afternoon wore on, more details emerged. The explosive device was linked to a suspected terrorist cell that had been operating under the radar. Rex's incredible detection had not just prevented a local tragedy, but potentially disrupted a much larger, more sinister plot. The question now was simple yet critical: who was behind this attack, and what was their ultimate target? The investigation intensified in the days following Rex's life-saving detection. Forensic experts worked around the clock, piecing together the complex puzzle of the bomb plot. Maria Rodriguez found herself at the center of an unprecedented investigation that would reach far beyond the local police station. Preliminary findings revealed a shocking connection. The explosive device was linked to the Crimson Shadow, a notorious underground terrorist network that had been operating in the shadows for years. Their typical strategy involved targeting high-profile public buildings, but this attempt at the central police station was different, more calculated, more personal. Agent Chin called Maria into a secure briefing room. "We've traced the device's components," he explained, spreading out a series of technical diagrams. "This isn't just a random attack. Someone inside the department was providing intelligence." Rex sat quietly in the corner, his keen eyes watching every movement. The dog seemed to understand the gravity of the situation, remaining perfectly still yet alert. Maria couldn't help but marvel at how this remarkable animal had become the linchpin of such a critical investigation. The breakthrough came 3 days later. A deep background check revealed a complex network of corruption within the department's administrative staff. Timothy Reeves, a seemingly unremarkable records clerk with 15 years of service, was identified as the primary connection to the Crimson Shadow network. He had been slowly feeding information, creating vulnerabilities that could be exploited by the terrorist group. "It was the perfect long con," Sergeant Thompson explained during a closed-door briefing. Reeves had access to sensitive information, knew the station's layout, and had been gradually building these connections for years. Rex was awarded the department's highest commendation, a rare honor for a K9 officer. During the ceremony, Maria stood proudly beside him, understanding that this was about more than just a medal. This was about saving lives, about preventing a potential mass casualty event that could have devastated the entire community. The media dubbed Rex the Guardian of Central City, and his story spread quickly. However, Maria knew Rex didn't care about fame. For him, this was simply his duty, protecting those who couldn't protect themselves. In the weeks that followed, the investigation continued to unravel the larger network behind the attempted bombing. Rex remained an integral part of the investigation, his instincts and training proving invaluable in tracking down additional leads. As for Timothy Reeves, he was arrested and charged with multiple counts of conspiracy, terrorism, and betrayal of public trust. The Crimson Shadow network suffered a significant blow, with several key members arrested in coordinated raids across 3 states. Maria looked down at Rex, scratching behind his ears. "You're something special," she whispered. The dog looked up, his eyes reflecting a combination of loyalty, intelligence, and an unwavering commitment to protection. The bomb that was never detonated became a testament to the extraordinary bond between a police officer and her K9 partner, a bond that had quite literally saved hundreds of lives.